Alright, let me kind of show you how a tie rod goes in. There's the inner and the outer. What we're looking at here is the inner. Normally when you look at it, there will be a boot that covers it like that. It just goes right over it like that, and then it comes out to this threaded shaft, which this outer half goes on, and this outer half has a ball joint on it, which then goes into the steering knuckle. Now this one actually goes up on the tie rod ends. The hole in the steering knuckle will be tapered to accommodate the taper in there, so it can have a nice tight seal and fit in it. Nothing else to move around. So basically, to get this thing out, we had to loosen the jam nut. There's a nut that goes on this threaded rod, and this thing actually threads into that rod. There's a nut that pinches against this outer tie rod here and kind of keeps it in place, because this inner one will actually rotate if the jam nut's not there, and your alignment will go way off. So we have to loosen the jam nut. We've got to take off the bolt that holds this ball joint in and pop this tie rod out. Sometimes they come out, sometimes they don't. We're replacing both the inner and outer, so we can use the pickle fork and actually just pop it out. If you're not replacing the outer, if you're just replacing the inner and you don't want to damage the boot or anything, you can use a hammer and just pound around here a little bit to kind of shock it free, and see if you can pry it out with a pry bar or something, get it to pop. If not, then you might have to use a pickle fork to pop it. Now, this inner one is really simple. They actually untwist. See, if I untwist it here, I've already loosened it. It should not at all be this loose. But if I go out on it, then you can see that we actually have a threaded end on it that'll go into the steering rack there, and that's just how that's held in. Now this will not untwist if this jam nut is tight and everything else is in there properly. There's no reason for this to come loose if everything is in there and done right. So there's that. It's out. It's that simple. When we install it, we put this on. Sometimes you need some Loctite, sometimes you don't. Kind of depends on what you're working on. In this case, we don't. But if it comes in with the tie rod end kit, then put it on there. So we'll screw a new one into there. We'll put the boot on, and then we'll put some anti-seize on these threads here. Throw the jam nut up on there. Thread this onto here, and then we'll put it through the hole and tighten it up, and then go get an alignment. Now you'll notice there's some shinier parts and some rustier parts on here. That's kind of where the end of the outer tie rod sat, so you kind of want to match that up when you put the new one together, so your alignment is at least decently straight, so you can actually get to the alignment place safely. Now this truck is going to go to my shop because we have an alignment machine, so I'm just going to drive it down there and do an alignment. But otherwise, you want it to be at least decently straight, so it's easy to get it there and you don't bounce all over the road trying to get there. Also, the reason you put anti-seize on here is because it really helps with getting that alignment straight, and it helps with the corrosion from building up, and it allows you to take it off and change it next time it needs to be changed without a whole lot of fuss and hassle. So I'm going to get this thing put back together and get this thing down to get it in alignment, and get back with you guys later. Thanks for watching.